evangelical Christians have better marriages than others? I mean, yes, but also no. And we often hear this on social media, in sermons. Pastors will brag about the fact that research often finds that Christians do indeed have better marriages. And research does find that. And the reason's kind of complex, but basically religiosity brings a lot of benefits. You know, you're part of a community, and people in communities tend to have better social groups, which leads to better marriages. You believe in love and forgiveness and grace and all these wonderful things that, yeah, those are going to lead to better relationships. And so, yes, on the whole, religiosity is a positive thing for relationships. But, and here's where things get really interesting, that's only true as long as you don't act out certain key things that evangelical Christians teach. So, for instance, evangelical Christians tend to teach the husband has the authority over the wife and gets to make the final decisions in marriage. Well, guess what? We've actually researched what happens when people believe that. We've done several huge studies, first of 20,000 women for a book, The Great Sex Rescue, and more recently we did a matched pair study of thousands of people for a book, The Marriage You Want. And basically, when you act out the husband making the decision, even if he consults with his wife first, the divorce rate increases 7.4 times. Like, that's huge. And you'll also find that marital and sexual satisfaction dip. Like, people just are not as happy. It's also highly correlated with emotional immaturity. So emotionally immature people are more likely to act it out. And in the act of acting it out, you become more emotionally immature because you take shortcuts. You don't actually do the conflict resolution that people need to do when they're having disagreements. But here's what's really interesting, and this is what I want you guys to understand, is that the vast majority of people who believe that the husband should make the final decision don't actually act it out. Okay, so they say that's what they believe, but they don't do it. And when they don't do it, their marriages are great. John Gottman, by the way, who's the world's premier marriage researcher at the Gottman Institute, he found that when husbands make the final decision, you have an 82% chance of divorce. Like, this is really toxic stuff. But again, most people don't act it out. So if a doctrine only works if you don't act it out, you need to start asking if that doctrine is good. And I would say, no, it's not. Because in Christianity, we say, hey, we should take Jesus at his word. Jesus said the good tree can't bear bad fruit and a bad tree can't bear good fruit. So guess what? The fruit of saying the husband's in authority over the wife is bad fruit. So let's just not believe it. And then we can have good marriages.